My answer to Princess' marriage proposal begins not with a single word but with the beating of my heart. When you spoke those words to me, when you asked not as a princess but as a woman, the world seemed to pause. The noise of the court, the weight of the crown, the endless rules that surround us all fell away, and all that remained was the sound of your voice and the light in your eyes. For a moment, I was not a prince, you were not a princess. We were simply two souls who had found each other in a world too large and too loud to understand us. I have walked through halls of marble and gold, surrounded by faces that smile but do not see. I have stood at ceremonies where every word is rehearsed and every gesture measured. Yet nothing in those halls, nothing in those ceremonies, ever felt as real as the moment you spoke to me. You didn't come to me with promises of kingdoms or alliances. You came to me with the soft courage of a heart willing to be known. You came to me not as a symbol but as yourself. And that, more than anything, has undone me. When you asked me to be yours, you gave me something no crown, no title, no decree ever could, a choice that is truly mine. And I choose you. Not because of the throne you stand upon, not because of the beauty that even the poets cannot capture, but because of the soul you carry inside you. A soul that listens when others talk. A soul that sees the invisible weight on people's shoulders. A soul that dreams not of power but of peace, not of control but of connection. That is what you offered me. That is what I accept with my whole being. I have thought of what it means to say yes to you. It means more than a wedding. It means walking beside you through the seasons of life, the soft ones and the hard ones. It means waking each day not as a prince who must perform, but as a man who is allowed to love. It means building something together that is not just a castle but a life, a place where we can both be seen without masks. It means giving you my loyalty not because of duty but because of desire, because of gratitude, because of a love that has been growing quietly in my chest from the first day we met. So my answer, dear princess, is not a single word but 1,000 quiet promises. Promises to stand beside you, not in front of you. Promises to listen when you speak, to hold you when you are weary, to celebrate you when you rise. Promises to protect the space where you can still be yourself, even when the crown feels heavy. Promises to never let the world's noise drown out the sound of our own hearts. Yes, I accept your proposal. Yes, I choose you, not as a duty, not as a bargain, not as a political move, but as the truest act of my freedom. In saying yes to you, I am saying yes to a life of shared mornings, of laughter echoing through old hallways, of building a family and a future that is ours alone. And I know, as sure as I know my own name, that this choice is the beginning of something far greater than either of us could build alone. So here is my answer, spoken plainly, held gently, offered with an open heart. Yes, I will marry you. Yes, I will walk beside you. Yes, I will be yours, not as a prince bound by tradition, but as a man who has found his home in your eyes. I have spent my life surrounded by grandeur, yet nothing in this palace ever taught me what true beauty is. I learned that from you. It is not in the jewels or the tapestries or the songs of praise sung at court. It is in the quiet way you reach for my hand when no one is looking. It is in the way you listen to the smallest voice in the room when everyone else has turned away. It is in the courage it took for you to speak your heart to me, knowing the weight of tradition that rests on both our shoulders. That is beauty. That is grace. And that is why my heart cannot refuse you. I think often of the life that stretches before us, the life we might build together. I see mornings where the first light spills through the windows, and you are there, unguarded, smiling at me, before the day's duties begin. I see evenings when the court has gone to sleep, when the torches burn low and the hallways are quiet, and we can simply be two people again, speaking softly, dreaming aloud. I see children playing in the gardens where once we walked as strangers. I see a kingdom gentler, kinder, because of what you bring to it, and because of what we can bring to it together. I will never be a perfect man. The crown does not make me wise. and the throne does not make me strong. But what I can promise you is this: I will never stop trying to be worthy of the love you have offered me. I will fight to keep our life honest and real in a place that thrives on masks and pretense. I will protect what we build together, not only with sword and shield but with patience, tenderness, and truth. And when the days are hard, when the weight of our roles threatens to crush us, I will be there to lift you, and I will let you lift me. We will hold each other up. Your proposal was not just a question. It was an invitation into a life neither of us could have alone. And my answer is more than a word. It is a life given back to you. A life of walking by your side through every season, the bright and the stormy, the public and the private, the days of celebration and the nights of doubt. Together we will stand, not as symbols but as people, as partners who choose each other again and again, even when the world would rather see us apart. So when the vows are spoken, when the bells ring, when the hall is filled with witnesses, know that my heart is not bound by duty but by love. Know that every promise I speak to you is a promise I intend to keep, not just in public, but in the quiet of our life, in the spaces no one else sees. Know that every time I reach for your hand, I will be reminding myself of this moment. The moment you asked, the moment I said yes, the moment we chose each other freely. And if, someday, the world looks upon us and sees only titles and crowns, let it. We will know the truth. We will know that beneath every ceremony and every expectation, there are two people who found each other, who chose each other, and who built a life together from that choice. That is the life I want with you. That is the life I choose. Yes, my love. Yes to your heart, yes to your hand, yes to the life waiting for us. 1,000 times in every lifetime, my answer will be the same yes. I imagine the years that will unfold like pages of a book we have yet to write. There will be days of sunlight, where laughter fills the corridors and every window in the palace seems to glow brighter. There will be nights when the rain beats against the stone, and we sit together in silence, simply finding comfort in each other's presence. There will be triumphs to celebrate and wounds to heal, but in each moment, I will look at you and remember the courage of this beginning. The moment you reached for me, not as a prince, but as a man, and I gave you my answer not as a subject but as a heart. I want you to know that I will cherish the parts of you the world does not see. The parts hidden behind the titles and expectations. The quiet doubts, the small dreams, the fears you don't dare to voice aloud. I will hold them with the same care I hold your joys. And in the same way, I will let you see me as I am. Not as a figure draped in robes and duty, but as the person beneath. We will be each other's refuge from the noise, each other's shelter from the storms. That, more than crowns and ceremonies, is what I believe marriage is meant to be. I can already see a future where the hallways echo, not just with official footsteps, but with children's laughter, with music that isn't composed for court but for joy. I see us creating traditions of our own, small and quiet, hidden between the grandeur of state. A flower you place on my desk before I begin the day, a note I slip under your door at night. I see us weaving a life that is ours, stitched with small acts of care and 1,000 shared glances, so that no matter how heavy the crown becomes, we always remember what is real. More than anything, I promise to stand beside you, not above you or before you. To be your partner in the truest sense of the word. When you stumble, I will be there to steady you. When I falter, I will lean on you. Together we will lift each other higher, not with power but with kindness. And as the seasons change, as the world shifts around us, my answer to the promise we make today will not fade. It will deepen. It will grow stronger with every shared sunrise, every shared burden, every shared breath. If the world outside our doors sees only a prince and a princess, let it. We will know ourselves as two people who chose each other against the weight of expectation. And in the quiet of our lives, in the warmth of our shared space, we will build something far greater than any kingdom. A home, a life, a love that belongs to us alone. So when the bells toll, when the hall is filled with light, when the vows are spoken, I will look at you and remember this moment, and with every heartbeat, my answer will be there, steady and sure, yes to you, yes to us, yes to the life that waits ahead. I picture the mornings, when the sun hasn't yet reached the windows and the world still feels soft and quiet. You'll be there beside me, your hair falling across the pillow, and for a moment it will feel as if the palace, the court, and all the noise of the kingdom have disappeared. We'll speak in whispers, share plans and dreams for the day ahead, and even the simplest things, sharing tea, watching the gardens come alive with birds, will feel like gifts. These are the moments I long for, the moments that make all the weight we carry worth it. I imagine the evenings when we return from long days apart, the light fading over the city as we meet again in the same room. You will tell me about the people you met, the stories you heard, the changes you made, and I will listen, truly listen, because your words matter more to me than any counsel or report. And then we'll laugh, because even in a palace, even beneath a crown, two hearts can still find joy in the smallest things. A story badly told, a shared memory from our early days, a secret no one else knows. I think of the way our love will ripple outwards, shaping not just our lives but the lives of those who come after us. The children we might raise, the people we might guide, the small acts of kindness we might scatter across the kingdom like seeds. Together, we can build something that outlives us, not just walls and monuments, but a spirit, a culture of compassion and strength. And when the world looks back, they won't just see a prince and a princess. They'll see two souls who turned power into service and duty into love. In quiet moments, when no one else is watching, I will reach for your hand and remember how this all began. Not with duty, but with choice. Not with expectation, but with courage. And as the years pass, as our faces change, as our hair turns silver, I will still be reaching for you, still listening for your voice, still building with you a life we can both call home. And even if the world shifts, even if the tides of history move faster than we can follow, my promise will not change. I will stand by you. I will honor you. I will love you not just as you are now, but as you will become through every season of life. That is my answer, spoken not just today but every day that follows. I see us years from now, walking through the palace gardens at dusk, the scent of roses heavy in the air and the sky painted in gold and violet. The world outside our gates will still be busy and loud. But here in this space we've built together, there will be a calm that belongs only to us. You'll lean into me, telling me about the things that matter to you, and I'll listen with the same attention I gave you on the first day. These walks, these small, unguarded moments, will be the true heartbeat of our life. I see rooms filled not with formality but with warmth. Laughter at long tables, children running across the marble floors, friends and family gathered not out of duty but out of love. The great halls will still stand, the ceremonies will still happen, but woven between them will be quiet rituals of our own creation. A candle lit at the same hour every evening, a secret note passed in the middle of a crowded day, a small gift tucked beneath your pillow to remind you that even in the midst of responsibility, we still belong to each other. I see storms too. There will be days of doubt, of exhaustion, of decisions that weigh heavier than any crown. There will be times when the world seems colder, harsher, more demanding than we can bear. But even then, there will be an anchor waiting for us in each other. A glance, a word, a touch that says, "You are not alone." That is what I promise you. Not a life without hardship, but a life where neither of us ever has to face it alone. And when the years have passed, when the halls echo with memories instead of footsteps, I see us together, hands still intertwined, eyes still finding comfort in each other's faces. I see us looking back at a life we built with our own choices, proud not of titles or achievements but of the love that endured. Our crowns may fade, our names may change in history's telling, but the life we built, the laughter, the kindness, the family, will remain etched into the world like soft light. This is the future I choose with you. This is the life I want us to build, piece by piece, moment by moment, as long as we both draw breath. Every promise I give you now is a seed planted in that future, a future not of grandeur alone, but of gentleness, courage, and a love that stays steady through all things.